I think the thing that you guys understand, if you haven't already started reading it, is you probably are going to see yourselves in the story. Not only because I grew up here in Fort Wayne, went to Lakeside, went to Kikiano, went to Miami. I lived it. I grew up in this city. I didn't leave here until I was 17 years old. So I spent my whole life here.
Johnson, better known as DJ.
DJ. One day I'm walking in the back, I'm working a Laker game, and I either work for radio or I work for TV. Radio, I usually show up like an hour before the game, I'm just chilling, I'll eat. It's not as much work as when you work for TV. When you work for TV, let's say Mr. Hines is the announcer, I give him information.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like you to pay attention to the...
Whatever stats, yeah. So I give the information to the announcer, and the announcer says it over the air. So they'll say stuff like, the Lakers are on a 10-0 run, or Kobe Bryant made his last 5 shots. I give that information to the announcers. I hook him up, I help him out. So I'm going to the back with the TV. Now when I work for TV, I help the announcer, and then I help the guys in the truck. So I gotta go back to the truck and check in. Do y'all know where the trucks are? Everybody watch the games, right? You watch the games, and then the players be walking in, and they be all swagged out, acting like they ain't watching, they don't see the camera on them. So I get with the badge that I get when I work those games, I get to go back there where the players are. So one day, I'm just chilling, I'm on my phone, I'm not even like looking up, I'm not even paying attention. And then I see this like camera guy trying to take a picture, and Kobe Bryant is walking by me. And I'm looking at like, in my head, because ain't nobody around for me to talk to him, like, it's Kobe Bryant, like, what the hell? I just want to talk to him, like, what is happening? And so, the reason why I didn't say anything to Kobe, because the lady who hired me for the job, she said specifically, and I remember it to this day, she said, I'm going to tell you something. I need you to go there and do your job. Don't talk, like, don't be a fan. I need you to do your job, because these guys go in here, they want to be a fan, and they don't do the job, and I can't hire them anymore.
Mr. DeAntoine DJ Johnson.
So Beyonce's sitting courtside, and I just happened to walk, if she's right here, I walked right behind her, just like this. And I was thinking to myself, keep your hands to yourself. Hines used to tell me all the time, he would say, do you know that you could do and be anything that you want to be? And at the beginning, I didn't realize it. As a kid, I'm like, yeah, whatever, sir. Whatever you say. He's like, no, you could be and do everything you want to be. I was joking with my wife the other day, because you know how you be on Facebook, and you'll say something, and all of a sudden you'll see an ad about it. So I don't even know what happened, but I ended up seeing an ad. The law, like a lot of law programs, are getting rid of the LSAT. You don't have to take the LSAT to get into a law degree, which is a thing that people get tripped up on. They have a hard time with the LSAT and they don't get their law degree. So they said, we're going to waive the LSAT. You don't have to take it. You just come in and apply, and we'll observe you that way. And so I joked with my wife. I'm like, hey, you see that? I think I want to be a lawyer. You know, like, I don't really want to be a lawyer, but the idea of, if I put my mind to it, I went to 4 different elementary schools, 3 different middle schools, and 3 different high schools. I'm gonna say that again. 4 different elementary schools, 3 different middle schools, and 3 different high schools. I never failed a class. I could do and be whatever I want to be. I literally feel like I could do anything that I want to do. I feel like I could do anything I want to do. Here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, born and raised. I didn't leave Indiana until I was 17. My mom had me when she was 16. Before she had me when she was 16, she had an abortion at 13. And I don't know what it was that made me go through with it and not be aborted, but I appreciate it and I thank God every day. But when you have that kind of trauma going on in your life, with my mom and then having me when she was 16, when you have a kid before you're not ready, I'm doing it again. When you have a kid, when you are not ready to have a kid, it makes your life that much more difficult. Because at 16, you're growing up, you're finding yourself, you're trying to figure out what life is going to be like, and then all of a sudden you're trying to find yourself, and then you got to raise another kid and help that kid find themselves. That's difficult to do for a 16. So I go to the office, and the principal's like, it's the last day of school, go home. Like, we're going to send you home. I was like, please don't send me home. You don't know what's going to happen. And I'm like, nope, we're sending you home. So I go home. Now, I'll ask y'all the question. What happens when you get in trouble, you get sent home from school?
You want punishment, get a whooping?
Whooping, thank you. So, I was about to get my whooping. And how you feel when you're about to get your whooping?
You don't want to go
You
home.
gotta be prepared for it.
Scared, prepared,
You gotta
try
try
to
to
prepare.
Butterflies,
Butterflies,
extra clothes on.
extra clothes.
You gotta take
What else?
Get the wrong-
Everything. Anybody get knots in their stomach? Nervous? Heart racing?
Heart racing.
Yeah. Now all that happening. So I'm having that moment, right? Heart's racing. I'm nervous. I'm walking up the stairs. He's like, all right, go upstairs and get ready. What does that mean?
Get on that bed, lay on your stomach.
Get your extra clothes on me.
Get butt naked.
Butt naked. Thank you. I gotta go upstairs. I gotta get butt naked. So you talk about extra clothes? Nah, bruh. You gotta take them clothes off, man. When you get whoopings.
I took one.
So painful. And I remember like just the extension cord kind of ripping my flesh, and it was just really bad. And I get down on the edge of the bed, and I'm just, because I can't, after the whip is over, I can't feel it. I can't sit down. My butt is like, it's on fire. I can't sit down. So I'm laying, I'm on the bed like this, and I'm just crying my last tears. And I just remember having this thought of, I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to be a part of this earth anymore. Because if that's what I have to deal with on a daily basis, I don't want no part in it. God, take me now. Was that I truly needed to forgive. And as you can imagine, I shared you a story about my stepdad. In the book, his name is Luther. And Luther, oh man, it took me a long time to forgive Luther. And because it took me so long, the blessings that were for my life were just kind of waiting for me. I never got them until I forgave. And one of the students asked me 2 days ago, he's like, man, how could you forgive Luther? He hurt you, he did all those things. Like, how could you forgive him? And I said, you know, I was listening to my pastor during a Bible study, and he was like, do you know that if you do not forgive people, that you are intentionally holding yourself back from your own blessings? I'm gonna say that again. Do you know that if you do not forgive people, you yourself are intentionally holding yourself back from blessings that are yours, rightfully yours?